Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa, and in today's reading, we are going to be looking into the next 3 months and what energies, events, or situations of significance you can expect to encounter over that time. This is intended to be a timeless reading, so whether you are viewing it in July when I post it and looking at the next 3 months from July, or you happen to stumble across this video at a later time frame that's not specified. If you're guided to view the video, there is likely a message here for you. So keep in mind, messages do not necessarily expire just because the video has been uploaded a while before you have viewed it. This is a general collective reading on YouTube though, so always remember that with these general readings, they are not personal readings. So the specifics on how much they're going to resonate with your personal situation may vary. So as a best practice, as you're viewing this reading, if anything that I'm saying feels confusing or doesn't feel like it aligns with what you know your story to be, those are typically indications that these are not your messages. Release them, let them go, and respect that they are for somebody else out there in the collective that happens to be viewing this reading as well. If you guys did want to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is in the description box down below. Personal readings tend to be better for more personalized and custom guidance to your own personal energy. So a great option if these collective videos on YouTube don't always hit for you. I do also want to share with you guys, if you're not aware, that I do have a Patreon as well. I have memberships available there, and on Patreon I do post exclusive content, including pick a card readings. The collective that I'm tapping into on Patreon is a little bit smaller, so you may find that the readings resonate a little bit more specifically with you there because it's not as big of a pool of energy that I'm tapping into. So lots of options available for you if you want to support my work or explore more of my content. So with that being said, let's go ahead and select your reading for today. So we're going to have a choice between 3 reading options. If you're drawn to reading 1, we're working with the energy of sublimation. If you're drawn to reading number 2, we're working with the energy of resin. And if you're drawn to reading number 3, we are working with the energy of gold. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Thinking about the next 3 months of your life and what it is that you need to know. Go ahead and select the card that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hello, Group 1. If you guys selected the energy of sublimation, this is going to be your reading. So today, we're going to be tapping into the next 3 months. And as I was mentioning in the intro, this is timeless. So whenever you're guided to view this reading, if you're drawn to it, there's likely a message here for you, regardless of when that is. So I'm uploading this video in July. You can take a look at this reading as the next 3 months from July, and so on and so forth. Remember, it is a general collective reading, so messages will vary with how specifically they may play out for you. So just keep that in mind. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the overall energy. So starting off with the message of sublimation, we do also have the energy of the world. These are signifying the overall energy of the next 3 months, Group 1. So just kind of jumping into these cards initially, I feel like the next 3 months are going to be incredibly expansive for you. I think that there is some level of elevation, graduation, moving up, onward and upward. I'm hearing moving to the next phase, moving to the next level. There's something you're rising above. I think this is in a good way because it's allowing you to expand in some regard in your life. This world energy talks about having like expansive option and opportunity ahead of you, where maybe some of you guys are literally getting to experience a whole new world, right? Like This could be an energy of like going to the next level in your job, moving to a new location, right? Even just learning a very deep spiritual lesson and overcoming and rising above it and being able to see a whole new world of potential because you've unlocked a certain amount of knowledge through the lessons learned. So let's kind of jump in. I want to take a look at the specifics on how this is playing out the next 3 months. So we're going to start here with these astrology cards. For month 1, we start with debilitated, discomfort. Month 2, we have Venus, beloved. And then for group 3, we have transits, climate. So really interesting energies. I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards for us as well so we can get the specific details. And then I'm going to break it down like month by month, what is happening. All right, Spirit. So for group 1, help us understand, please, the next 3 months and what they can expect in month 1, month 2, and month number 3 as the energy stands today. Keep in mind too, guys, that, you know, readings like this that are looking into the future timeline, they're really showing us a snapshot of where things are headed based on the current moment. So you always have free will to alter course and take a new path and potentially create a totally different outcome for yourself, okay? So clarifying month 1's energy with this debilitated, please, Spirit. We have the Page of Swords. And, just one, please, Spirit. The Six of Wands, clarifying month 2 with Venus being here. 5 of Swords. And Judgment. And clarifying, month 3 with the energy of transits. 6 of Cups. And the Hermit coming through as well. We do have this undertone of the Muse of Materials, which is the King of Pentacles. So I kind of feel for a lot of you guys, the next 3 months, there is this undertone of like material stability. So the King of Pentacles can talk about like career matters, business matters, just your general sense of stability and security could be of significance. All right, let me just kind of get these cards a little bit better dispersed for us here. Group 1, bear with me, apologies. Probably should have mapped this out before we got into the spread. All righty. Okay, so what is happening? And we will be building on these messages as well, but I want to kind of take it like one step at a time here. So group 1, month 1, we have the energy of debilitated, the Page of Swords, and the Six of Wands, okay? So it's really interesting that the overall energy for you the next 3 months is about overcoming a challenge or rising above, graduating and moving to the next level. I feel like this is happening for you, probably as you're viewing this message. And with any change and new experience does come potential discomfort, right? But the beautiful thing about being in this debilitated energy is that we are learning to grow and flex and strengthen muscles that we did not even realize that we had. So you guys could be going through some growing pains, right? You could be stepping into a new experience where you're learning something new and you're being placed out of your comfort zone. I think this is going to be something where you're able to ask a lot of questions, you're studying, you're learning. There's a healthy skepticism to this. Something about your quizzical mind and I'm noticing how she's wearing glasses. Like, this is just making me think that you're showing up as being really intelligent. You're asking a lot of questions. I'm hearing you're asking the right questions. But it's kind of like this energy where we're still learning. Like, we're not fully confident or comfortable with like what we're communicating just yet. We're fact finding. But you are receiving acknowledgement and recognition here with the Six of Wands. Like, there's something about a spotlight being shown onto you where you're receiving a lot of attention, praise, recognition. Even I'm hearing like a promotion for some of you could be significant here. Maybe some of you guys feel uncomfortable with this level of attention on you. Like, literally, I see the spotlight here. We're going to see in a second. I forgot to mention this at the beginning. I have a love and career specific message for you guys as well that we'll get to at the end. But yeah, it definitely seems like you're garnering a lot of attention and praise and accolades for this new move that you're making. And you are definitely going to be stretched outside of your comfort zone and moving through maybe a little bit of discomfort there. Now, going into month number 2, we have the energy of Venus with the 5 of Swords and the Judgment card. So the following month is going to be focused on matters connected to Venus. So Venus talks about love, it talks about money, it talks about value. What is it that we value? And what we value can become a very significant topic when it comes to love and our interpersonal relationships, as well as money, right? And the things that we value when it comes to what we spend our money on or how we earn our money and things like that. I do feel for a lot of you guys in month 2 that there is some sort of abundant opportunity here for you to take advantage of. I think that you're overcoming obstacles around vulnerability, clear communication, and there's just like this sense of being in your head about something connected to these matters, these Venusian matters. I'm noticing how the grapes are kind of being dangled in front. It's almost like that metaphor of, like someone dangling a carrot or dangling something in front of you that feels just out of reach. And this could be your energy or another person's energy, especially if this is to do with love. There's definitely this sense of, what do I value? Do I value this interaction? Is this what I want? As I'm tapping into this energy, I am feeling a little tickle in my throat, and I definitely feel like there's something around vulnerable communication that is kind of the key to be unlocking the situation. Group 1. So if you're finding yourself in a situation interpersonally with someone in this month 2, whatever that is for you as you're watching this video, I would say ask yourself, like, are you engaging in any self-sabotaging behavior through the lack of communication or the lack of vulnerability? Because there is this sense that there's opportunity for abundance here. Like somebody wants to metaphorically nourish you and feed you and pamper you, right? But there's something blocking forward movement here that I feel is coming from communication issues. Okay. We'll dig more into these in just a moment. Moving into month 3, we have the energy of transits, 6 of Cups, and the Hermit. So when I'm seeing transits coming up, this kind of talks about us moving through shifting energies. So when we think about a transit in the natal chart, right, this is when this is when one of the planets is maybe moving around and hitting certain key areas of our natal chart, triggering certain events or energies in our lives, maybe things that we might not necessarily have full control over, but that we can learn how to work with. I'm seeing an energy connected to inner child here in month 3 with this 6 of Cups. Something that you guys are going through in the 3rd month is triggering a little bit of self-reflection and introspection here with the Hermit. It could be that there's a certain way that you respond to a specific energy or situation. It could even be that there is something significant around childhood matters or matters with children that comes up for some of you. But it's triggering a period of withdrawal, introspection, self-reflection, and healing as well. And when I connect it back here to this energy of sublimation, you guys, it really does, like with the world and sublimation, again, this was about being more expansive. I see you guys very much expanding in career. I see you guys very much expanding and being challenged to grow when it comes to love and value and interpersonal relationships, as well as how we respond to certain events that may trigger our inner child. So this really does tie in really beautifully with this overall energy. I did just notice the number 55 here as well, and 5s have to do with challenges that lead to meaningful change. So you guys may feel the next 3 months having like a lot of ups and downs because you are really stretching out of your comfort zone in a lot of ways, right? But it's contributing to your growth and expansion in the long term. It's like, I think you guys are stepping into a lot of new and different experiences here, which is honestly quite brave and courageous of you. So let's get some clarification here, Spirit, for group 1 about the next 3 months. Clarifying the energy of month 1, please. We have occupation. So yes, this is connected to career, the work that you do. For some of you with occupation, this actually signifies doing work that you love, something that allows you to be creative. It could be something that you guys are already known for, that you love to do, like it's something you're very passionate about. But there is an element of getting uncomfortable and being stretched within this space. Let's take a look at month 2. We have the false person. That's really interesting, coming up with the 5 of Swords. This is somebody that I think you're going to meet in a group of friends potentially. But this does show with the 5 of Swords that there is potentially a situation coming up interpersonally, whether it's a friend or potential romantic partner, where there's a lack of keeping it real. There's a lack of vulnerability here with the 5 of Swords. There could also be an energy of playing games too, like dangling the grape, but like keeping it just out of reach. I do see you guys really working through this energy. I'm noticing how they're meditating here and trying to kind of clear their mind. Like meditation and grounding practices, I think, are going to help you to achieve clarity with judgment around whether or not this is something that you want to be engaging in. And I want to be clear, you guys, with the false person, this doesn't automatically mean somebody is like, has the worst intentions for us. Like, yes, there can be like deceptive energies here, but the way I'm reading this is more about like self-deception or just being authentic, keeping it real about who you are, what you're looking for, etc. And with the 5 of Swords, this is game playing. This is like, I don't want them to, this is like the energy of not wanting someone to see our vulnerability. But it's only through vulnerability that we're able to open up to connection and love with others, right? So I do see a lot of like reflection and lessons learned around that in month 2 coming up for you guys. What else, Spirit, for group 1 in month 3? Okay, so we do have the energy of despair coming through here as well. There could be something, again, coming up connected to career for some of you, something that feels like a disappointment, or maybe some of you guys are struggling to find a new role. I'm not specifically seeing like a layoff or anything like that in the energy, but I feel like there is some event that's happening that is triggering your inner child wounds, or causing you to feel sad. Or it just could be something connected to like nostalgia or family or children or something like that, where we are working through some reflection and healing in the way that we responded to it. Okay? So let's see what else we can get for group 1. We'll get some further clarity here. Group 1. So what other insight can you tell us about the next 3 months, please, Spirit? Starting with month 1. Oh, wow. We've got the gate, opportunities and home. This is amazing. Like this first month is going to be very blessed, group 1. I feel like you could be getting, it's like a new door is opening for you for work, career, or even just for like professional success, maybe even like your living situation where you're living. That could be changing as well. Okay. It could even be too with the Page of Swords that you're kind of you're questioning options that are available to you. You could be really asking a lot of questions and remaining skeptical about this opportunity, to making sure that you're properly vetting things before you say yes. This is exciting, group 1. So what about month 2? Tell us more, please, Spirit, about month 2. We have the envelope, unfolding and surprise. So I think that it's interesting with the envelope because I do feel there's an energy of being closed or closed off, right? And when we receive mail, we have to be willing to open it up to like see what it is. Like it's almost just giving me this energy of like, do you guys know people that don't ever open their mail because they're like nervous of what's inside? I've never done that before, but I have heard of people that like that do that sometimes, or they like avoid opening their mail because they're worried about like what's going to be in there. It's almost like a metaphor for like being worried about opening up your heart to this person or opening up more to the situation. Maybe there are red flags that you're looking out for here. But I do think Spirit is saying that everything is going to naturally unfold as it is supposed to, and to allow yourself to be pleasantly surprised. What about month 3, please, Spirit? Tell us more about month 3. Okay, yes. And then we have the cat, jealousy and gossip. That's interesting. You know, I do kind of see for a lot of you guys that like toward the beginning of this time frame that we're tapping into, you do have a lot of eyes on you with the 6 of Wands. You're in the spotlight. You're getting a lot of attention, praise, and recognition over something creative that you're doing. So I think that there might be something about that that's opening up. Like the more exposure that you get, the more people are going to have space to see you and critique you. So I think there is maybe something going on, maybe with whatever this is, that's kind of circling back around to you in month 3, where maybe you hear of someone saying something about you that's not true, or maybe there is an energy of, you know, people treating you funny because they're jealous or something like that. The lesson is in how you choose to respond to it, because I see the potential for you guys to really internalize that and feel, you know, very hurt by that, which is probably justifiable. But I think there is also a period of healing with the Hermit where you're going to be able to pull back your energy and do some self-reflection and really check in with yourself around like, you know, how are you showing up? Is it really you, or is this just somebody projecting some hater energy onto you? That's not true to who you are. So let's take a look next at a love message, a career message, and then we'll just close it out with some general advice for you. So in love, we have confession. Someone has something to tell you. So I feel like this is going to be month 2 where we see more of that love energy really ramping up. It could be that somebody is going to finally open up and tell you how they feel with this envelope being here. And I almost wonder, like, when this happens with the 5 of Swords, if you guys are going to be like a little apprehensive because maybe this person is not somebody that you're comfortable trusting or fully opening up to. So just know that that's coming in the next 3 months. Somebody in love, in a romantic sense, either is like telling you they have a crush on you or is coming forward to confess something to you that's important to them. And I do think that it's going to take you by surprise, and it may be a little difficult to open up to it right away, okay? In career, we have the energy of gifts. You're uncovering new talents that will land you new work and a better position. You could get more money with this deal as well, which is really beautiful energy. So yeah, like you are growing and cultivating new skills in your career. I think there's something here about research, the way you ask questions. There's something here about you being in the spotlight and leading and receiving praise and recognition for a job well done. It is something creative that I see coming through for you. And I do see, if not already, like stepping into a potential promotion, I see the potential for that here with this card as well. Okay, so let's just close it out, group 1, with one more message of advice for you from Spirit around like just anything you can keep in mind over the course of the next 3 months. So group 1, advice for group 1, please, Spirit. The Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. Listen, you are radiant and magnetic, and you evoke leadership energy. People are going to want to be around you. People are also going to be hating on you. I'm noticing the synchronicity with the cat here, okay? I think it's because you guys show up as being very independent and confident in yourself. You guys may also be physically attractive or present yourself like very put together. And I think sometimes when you show up in such a light energy, it can irritate the shadow sides of others because they see things in you that they wish that they could be like, but that they're not embodying themselves, right? So don't let any negativity bring you down. Spirit is saying there's a lot for you to feel proud of over the course of the next 3 months with your career, as well as whatever the situation is that's unfolding with love. Like, you are able to handle that with confidence and leadership. We also have the Magician. You have everything you need to do anything you want. So just know your power and own your power, because I think the next 3 months have the potential to be truly healing and transformative and expansive for you, group 1. So this is what I have for you guys. Comment below. Let me know what your plans are for the next few months and how some of this energy might line up with that. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next reading soon. Bye. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading. So I'm very excited because today we're going to be looking into the next 3 months. So we're going to be looking into general energies for each month ahead. We're going to look at the very end, love and career, but this is really going to be mostly like a general reading over the course of the next 3 months. And if you missed the intro, just know that this is timeless. So regardless of when you're clicking the video, if you felt drawn to this reading, there's likely a message here for you. So just apply each month, for the timeline that you're in right now. So starting off with our overall energies for your next 3 months, group 1, we have the energy of Resin coming through. And then you guys had 2 of these fly out of the deck. We have the Magician and the Mirror, and we also have the Man holding a coin. So let's kind of start here, and then we'll build off of your reading with these next few cards. So with the energy of Resin coming up, I feel like the core theme for this group over the course of the next 3 months is going to be around preserving, solidifying, hardening, but also transparency. Because when we think of resin, you can think of like how resin is like this very hard, but like sometimes transparent substance where like we can preserve something to last a lifetime. So think of like a flower. Like I've seen flowers be encased in resin. I've seen other things. I think actually in this card, there is a flower. It almost looks like a little carnation. Okay, so there's something over the next 3 months that you're focusing in on solidifying or preserving. And I do feel that what this is really connected to is something connected to your stability, your security, whether that's material, financial security, maybe things like housing or just like the general sense of material stability. With the Magician in the Mirror here, the lesson that's being applied over the next few months is the lesson of what you feel you're worth internally is reflected back to you externally, right? The Magician in the Mirror is manifestation energy. It's about knowing and owning your power, and what you believe about yourself within is what is reflected back to you externally. So you guys could be focused on like manifesting or like elevating self-worth to be able to attract in what you desire in terms of your stability and what it is that you're looking to preserve. The resin energy can also talk of like nostalgia too. So there could be something I feel that's connected to like family or legacy or lineage, heritage that is a part of this as well. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at each month one at a time. So for month 1, we have the Moon. For month 2, we have the IC, the Root, which makes a lot of sense with that family energy that I was getting. And for month 3, we have Opposition. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some tarot cards, and then we will jump in. I'm going to just kind of space these out a little bit. So Spirit, help us understand the details of what's ahead the next 3 months for group 2. Group 2, month number 1 with the Moon energy. We have the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. Okay, clarifying the energy of month number 2, please, Spirit, with the IC. we've got the Six of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles. Beautiful. And clarifying the energies for month number 3 with opposition, please, Spirit. We have the energy of the World and Judgment coming through. So let's dive in. Okay. And we will be expanding on each of the 3 months to get more info, but I want to start with these energies. Okay. So starting in month number 1, group 2, I definitely think that this is going to be a little bit more of a challenging month when I'm looking at all these energies here, because we're kind of starting off this energy with feeling a little bit burnt out or exhausted with something going on. And so this could be tying back to this energy of preservation and really thinking long-term about what is sustainable in our lives. There's an energy of burnout. There's an energy of something coming to an ending, maybe a painful ending for some of you, though it kind of just depends on the situation, but still kind of pushing through, standing your ground, pushing through, standing up for what you believe, standing up for yourself. Okay. Now, what's interesting with the moon being here is that I'm really being drawn to the keyword of perception. So while I do think that month 1 is going to be emotional for you in a lot of ways, I also think that there is some sort of lesson in like how you're viewing or perceiving the situation could be making it feel or seem worse than what it actually is, right? The 10 of Voices or the 10 of Swords, in my experience, can sometimes be when we are kind of being overly dramatic in our head about something. I'm not saying that that's like not valid, because it depends on what your situation is, right? Group 2. But in a lot of ways, this card can just represent when we're really overdoing it in our head and just like burning and exhausting ourselves out because we've been ruminating over something for so long to the point that we are exhausted. Like we're just done. We've hit rock bottom. So I do think the good news is that there is the opportunity to become a little bit more self-aware around this energy and to really shift the way that you're viewing and perceiving things. And think actually with your group, I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to go ahead and like round out month 1 with the other supporting cards, and then we'll move into the next 2 months. Let's just try it and see how it flows. What else can you tell us about month 1, please, Spirit, for my group 2 viewers? What's happening for them in this month? We have great fortune, you see? I think there is something here where like you're experiencing something beneficial, but there is like this, like great fortune talks about like a period of abundance and prosperity, or like good luck, good energy working in your favor. But there is definitely a need to kind of shift the way that you're viewing and perceiving something here. Now, for some of you guys, we do have the message of bad health at the bottom of the deck. So there could be like, maybe you're just mentally exhausted, or maybe something is going on with that has been burning you out leading up to this point. But I do see the 7 of Wands with this opening up and great fortune as an opportunity to kind of push through and, you know, continue to stand your ground and move through it. Okay. What else for group 2 in month 1, please, Spirit? Okay. We have the Moose, acceptance and eccentric. So there's something maybe a little bit unorthodox, right? We've got the challenges and achievements here, right? So there's something here in month 1 where I do think accepting the situation for what it is going to help you to move through it versus resisting it. You know, I see this energy of things opening up, like you kind of forcing yourself to open up a little bit more. The 7 of Wands can sometimes be like defensive energy, but in this card, it's like something is closing in around her. and she's pushing it away. Like she's pushing the darkness away so that the light can come through. I feel like a lot of my viewers for group 2, like you guys might be dealing with some mental health challenges in this month, or just dealing with a situation that's very taxing to your mental health. And what I see is you learning to kind of accept the things that you're not able to control, right? Because we get into this 10 of Swords energy when we're ruminating over things that we have no control over, right? So we just burn ourselves out ruminating on this stuff over and over. And so I think through acceptance, you're able to push through the darkness and kind of see the positive, receive the positives in the situation. So moving on to month number 2, we've got the Imam Quali, which is the IC. We have the 6 of Wands and the 3 of Materials. So coming back to this energy of resin and kind of like future planning and manifesting stability, remember I was talking a little bit about also ancestry maybe being significant. So in month 2 of this spread, I actually do see you guys focusing more on roots and lineage and heritage, or building roots or planting roots for yourselves. The IC talks about like the most private place in the natal chart. So this can be like connected to themes of home and family, where we grew up, our ancestors, those patterns and things like that. I see this being a huge focus for you. We have the 6 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. So there's something here about you being in the spotlight, getting recognition. It's possible that you're getting recognition from your family or from like people that you share in like a really private, intimate space with. You also have the 3 of Pentacles. So I think working together as a team feels significant as well. And I'm noticing in this 3 of Pentacles how we have the 3 people kind of like putting their heads together at the bottom, leading to this beautiful almost like spiral toward the top. And so again, there is something here about digging a little bit deeper to build a stronger foundation, something that can last a lifetime, something that can be preserved for a long time, for longevity. And maybe you're leading or spearheading that effort with people that you're collaborating with here. So this could be work related or family related for some of you. So what else, Spirit, can you tell us about month 2 for my group 2 viewers? We have the energy of expectation coming through. So there could be something that you're waiting on as well. During this month, it could be connected to this main male and maybe this mature woman as well, or this mature man. See, like we have family or relative energy coming through. So these could be like elder relatives in your family, parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, something like that. We also have the main male. This could be like a partner, spouse, or just someone else connected to this group, this team effort or family stuff. And let's see. Okay, and then we have the cat, jealousy and gossip. We also have the energy of desire and attraction coming through with the snake. So there is a little bit of like a forbidden undertone with one of these people. For some of you too, if this is connected to your career or your work and like a team that you're on, I think just watch out for like, you know, when you're a rising star, sometimes there are people out there that are really irritated by that, and it just comes from their own insecurities. With the IC being here, I do think that whoever is showing up in this energy that's in your field, in your circle here, it is going to be someone that's privately doing this. I don't see it being something super public where they're like calling you out or anything like that. But just be mindful that there are people that are seeing you shine that might be a little jealous of you or talking about you. So just something that could be happening behind the scenes, but I don't think that Spirit is wanting you to really like worry or ruminate so much over that, because remember, your goal the next 3 months is about building something stable, something that can be preserved over a long period of time. And this type of energy is really just going to be a distraction. So it's like a really beautiful building, you guys, because I see like this beautiful energy of self-awareness, looking at things from a new and different perspective here in month 1, shifting perception to then lead to these beautiful opportunities to lead, to shine, to collaborate with others, and to build the foundation for something that you're very passionate about. Now, moving into month 3, we do have the energy of opposition. So I do feel like there is this sense of being kind of pulled in 2 different directions here in month 3. And that is exactly what oppositions can feel like. It can feel like we have 2 competing priorities and we're trying to figure out how to balance them. So on the one hand, with the world, we have something that is closing out, something that is maybe ending, which is leading to some sort of a new beginning here. But maybe there is some hesitation with the Judgment card about like diving full force into that or letting go of the old so that we can welcome in the new. So this month, month 3, may be more about balancing as you're transitioning here, or balancing different priorities. It just feels like you're ending something and still needing to kind of balance out the letting go of the old thing. That's kind of how I'm feeling in the energy as I'm sitting in it. But let's see. Tell us more about month 3, please, Spirit, for my group 3 viewers. We have thoughts. So you guys could be in your head again moving into month 3. But whatever this opportunity is, this ending that's leading to a new beginning is, it's something that I think leads to a lot of beautiful change, meaningful change, big picture in your life. This card typically talks about like a time period of like 2 to 5 years, I want to say. So whatever this is that you're thinking about, that you're ideating on in month 3, whatever decision you're making with the Judgment card, it's something that could change or alter the course of your life for the next 3 years. And it makes sense because with all of this resin energy, the man holding a coin, you know, the next 3 months is very much focused on your long-term stability. So it makes sense that we have a situation here where we're thinking more about the long-term plan versus the short-term plan. So what else, Spirit, for group 3? Ooh, we have the wheel, endings and beginnings. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. This just kind of confirms like something is ending in month 3 that's leading you towards something new and different. But there is going to be that kind of like push and pull around balancing the old with the new. And we have the anchor here, which talks of stability and security. So again, tying back into the overall theme for the next 3 months of like, where do I want to anchor? Where do I want to land permanently? So we're going to close out this message, group 3, by pulling 1 card for love, 1 card for career, and then we'll get you some advice. So for matters of love, for you, we have the Guardian. A lost loved one watches over you. That's really beautiful. And I'm wondering if that's where some of this family stuff is coming into play for some of you. For those of you that are watching this, it could be that a lot of the energy of focus could be connected to this loved one that has transitioned. Whatever the case is, even if that's not your situation, I do feel for my group 2 viewers that someone out there, you have somebody watching over you that wants you to know that you are safe and that you are protected and that they are there with you in spirit. So I hope that brings comfort to any of you that might be struggling with grief or overcoming the loss of a loved one. I know grief is really difficult because I've been dealing with it myself lately, okay? And then for career, we do have money matters. Money matters a lot now. Watch your expenses and save up for the future. You need to be prepared for the unexpected. So again, it ties right into the overall theme of kind of like preserving and creating a stable foundation for you moving forward into the future. So I think there's a lot of energy spent the next 3 months on saving money, being more mindful of your expenses. Again, coming back to these cards, what you feel you're worthy of is what is mirrored back to you, right? So if you feel that you're worthy of stability, that will be reflected back to you, right? So there could just be, I think, a little bit of inner work to be done around that as you're navigating through the next couple months here. So group 2, we will close out this reading with a message of advice. Let's just go ahead and see what guidance or advice Spirit has for you as you navigate through the next 3 months. we have the Three of Cups. Come together with your coven. That is so cute. Okay. So I definitely think that like the next 3 months, there is a lot of this energy of serious work that's being done, right? And working toward goals and career and family stuff. But the one thing that I didn't really see a lot of was fun and joy, group 2. So I think Spirit is saying like, as you navigate the next few months, make that time to connect with your friends, right? Make that time to connect with your friends or your family or the people in your inner circle that you can just like have a good time with. You know, planning more time to keep things light, to spark joy in your life, I think is going to be very helpful, especially if you guys are moving through a grieving process or you're dealing with like financial stability matters and things like that. You still deserve to have fun. And I actually think that those experiences are going to help you to feel more uplifted and empowered moving forward. So this is what I'm seeing for sorry guys, this is what I'm seeing for you, group 2. Comment below. I'm super curious to hear about everything you've been going through leading up to this point, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading very soon. Bye. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking into the next 3 months for you. This is a general reading, so we are going to get some messages toward the end that specifically touch on love and career, but mostly I'm just kind of keeping the energies open in general to allow whatever spirit wants to come through for you. Remember, this is a general reading, so messages will vary in how specifically they resonate, and with any of these prediction readings where we're looking at a time frame in the future, just always keep in mind that this is showing you a snapshot of where things are currently headed based off of the current moment, and the future can always change depending on what choices we choose to make in the moment. So let's go ahead and get started, group 3. We're gonna first look into the overall energies of the next 3 months. So for that, we do have the gold card that you picked. Ooh, and then we also have blossoming abundance. So I already love this for you, group 3. So the outlook overall over the course of the next 3 months looks really positive. You know, with the energy of gold being here, I think that there is something of value that is really being highlighted for you over the next few months. Now, it's interesting because value doesn't always have to mean money. I think a lot of times when we think of gold, we think of like financial stability, or we think of monetary things or flashy kind of luxury items, but it doesn't always have to mean that literally. And I think that's kind of clarified here by blossoming abundance. Now, for some of you, it could be that there are upgrades coming to your finances or your abundance in that way. But I see this more as like blessings and abundance all around you in all things, right? So whatever it is that you value is going to be coming to fruition for you. If you value relationships, you're going to see those blossoming. If you value career, that's going to be blossoming. Like, whatever it is that you value is what Spirit is highlighting as being a significant theme over the next few months for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at each individual month here. Starting with month 1, we have the midheaven. Month 2, we have Leo energy. Love that. And month 3, we have Pisces energy. Very cool. Let's go ahead and just kind of spread these out. And I'm going to pull some tarot cards just to kind of get a clear breakdown of what energies you can expect the next 3 months. So Spirit, the next 3 months, what can you tell us for group 3? Starting with month 1, the midheaven. What is happening for group 3, please? Wow, we have the Lovers and the 8 of Swords. Okay, and what about for group 3, month 2 with Leo's energy? Ten of Swords. The Devil. Okay. And month 3 with Pisces energy. Wow, the Worlds. Beautiful. The Nine of Cups. Oh my gosh. So interesting. All right, let me just kind of get these like a little bit better positioned here. And then we will jump in. Okay, so group 3. Let's start off with month 1 with the midheaven, okay? So midheaven energy is like the highest, most public point in our natal chart. So there is something here about your public image or the way that you're viewed or seen that is really significant in month 1 of this spread. For some of you, this could be connected to your career. I think a lot of times the midheaven inevitably ends up being connected to career in the Western world because that is like what we spend the most time doing, right? But it doesn't necessarily have to be career. This could be, again, for anything that it is that you value and invest your time in. There is an emphasis on the public and how the public are viewing you. You guys have the Lovers and the Eight of Swords here. So there's something here, I think, about connections, whether this is like a specific relationship with someone or maybe it's like multiple people. I feel like there's something that you're being viewed positively for as it pertains to a connection or connections. But I think with the Eight of Swords, some of you guys might feel a little bit uncomfortable with having that level of recognition on you. You know, the Eight of Swords can sometimes talk about when we feel a little bit awkward in a situation, we don't feel super comfortable, or we don't feel like we can control what's going on. Now, the other message that I'm getting for my group 3 viewers here is that there could be choices that you need to make in month 1 regarding this midheaven energy, regarding how it is that you want to be viewed or perceived or received, or maybe even regarding a specific relationship in your life. So I'm noticing here with this Lovers how we've got these 2 people here that theoretically would be drawn together, but they're kind of standing a distance apart. So there's like an acknowledgement that I see here of a significant connection, but maybe still deciding like what we're doing moving forward with that connection. Are we staying together? Are we going to go our separate ways? And how does that look to the public if we do that? Okay. We're going to get more info as we go, but I'm going to start with this more general read. So month 2, we bring in the energy of Leo. So again, this is another very public facing sort of energy. The difference here is that this is more about leadership energy. It's also about allowing your inner, authentic, creative self to shine through. So again, I think we've got a theme here around being more comfortable or confident with eyes on you, or being more comfortable and confident in the spotlight. We have the Ten of Swords and we have the Devil here. Okay, so I definitely think that there is a situation like that is kind of growing and expanding from month 1 to month 2 when we take a look at the story of the swords. And I didn't notice this before, but the Nine of Swords is here at the bottom of the deck, okay? So I feel like my group 3 viewers, you guys like have a tendency to really get caught in your head a lot and overthink things. You know, the Eight of Swords, coming back here for just a moment, the Eight of Swords can be self-sabotaging thoughts, right? Where we feel like we're trapped or stuck and we're just like overthinking it, analysis paralysis. But really the situation we have total power and control over, right? So I do see kind of a progression here from month 1 to month 2 between this 8 and 10, where I think if you guys don't keep that in check, there is a tendency here to like overdo it and burn yourself out, okay? So just be mindful of that. Definitely watch out for that as you guys are moving forward. We also have the Devil energy coming through here. So the Devil can talk about bad habits. Maybe for some of you, like this bad habit is the habit of overthinking things, right? It can talk about bad habits, but it can also talk about toxic situations or codependent kind of situations. I keep being drawn to this butterfly here at the center. I don't know if you guys caught that when you were looking at this card, but to me, it feels like month 2 is about changing. It's about breaking out of whatever codependent energy with like a person or with a situation, or breaking out of any toxic pattern or rumination here. that you have been experiencing as it connects to the way that you're perceived, the way that you are seen, the way that you lead or show up as your authentic self. Okay. Moving into month 3 is where I see things kind of simmering down for you. We have a lot of like very fiery, active energy, especially in month 2. But moving into month 3, I see a really beautiful conclusion to this story here. So with Pisces energy, this is very different from Leo energy, where this and the midheaven are more about being really out there and kind of seen and in the spotlight and public, right? Pisces is a little bit more muted. It's mutable water. So it's about like really sensing and intuiting and trusting our gut instincts around things. And to me, I'm just getting a very calm, just sort of like a relaxed energy leading into this Pisces month. There's something here, like a chapter that's closing out, a cycle that's ending, that's leading you guys to getting something that you want with the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is like you're getting a wish fulfilled. And I'm noticing here, she's got diamonds all around her in the ocean, right? Like there's a magic lamp here. So it's like you're going through some challenges over the course of the next few months. There is something here about public stuff, career stuff, leadership energy, but it's leading up to this 3rd month where you guys are getting something that you want. And I do think that it comes when you release these self-sabotaging thoughts and overthinking things so much and any codependent tendencies. When that stuff is released and you can just trust your gut, trust your intuition, there's this beautiful culmination, this beautiful conclusion leading to a new beginning that gets you what it is that you want, what you're looking for here. Hence our abundance energy. Now, it's interesting too, because with gold, we were talking about value, right? What is it that you value? And I feel like month 2 is going to be really pivotal for that, group 3, because the devil can sometimes talk about when our principles are being compromised, or it can talk about like when we find ourselves in a situation that does not really align with our values. So I do think that month number 2 is going to really provide an opportunity for you guys to get clear about situations that you're in, people that you're connecting with, and whether or not these really bring in that abundance and align with that value that you're looking to cultivate within your life. Okay. So let's clarify each of these 3 months to get a little bit more info for you, group 3. All right, so looking into month 1, please, Spirit, clarifying this midheaven energy. What's happening for group 3 in month 1? We have the main male. So there's a masculine energy of significance here. So again, and this could be your energy as well, group 3, like just because it's a male, if you're a woman watching this, it doesn't mean that this cannot represent you. You know, masculine energy can talk about like someone specific, as in this situation I was describing, but it can also talk about, the general masculine energy, which is the energy of leadership, which is a lot of what we've been discussing today in your spread. Maybe some of you guys are working through some challenges around how you're viewed as a leader or your confidence as a leader. All right, so let's see, month 2. Okay, so we have this pathway, which is so beautiful because this talks about, necessary changes. We have butterflies coming up again. So you guys are really transmuting whatever this negative energy is, whatever the situation that's burning you out or causing you to feel stuck, or maybe that doesn't align with your values. I see month 2 as the month where we're really breaking free of that and carving a path for transformation that's going to lead us to longer term fulfillment and abundance in our life. It may come with a rock bottom moment, you guys. Like, I'm not going to lie. The 10 of Swords is like a rock bottom moment, whether we just like burn and stress ourselves out or something happens that kind of pushes us to break free. It's like there's some sort of unsustainable pattern here that you all are awakening to in the month number 2. Like workaholic energy or, again, like kind of deviating away from our principles is something that you're going to be changing. Okay, so let's look at month 3 with this Pisces energy, please, Spirit. We have occupation. This is so beautiful. So month 3, it's like a new beginning, new opportunities for you to be able to do work that you love doing, right? So occupation talks about creative work. You can see that she's sewing here. So a lot of you guys are going to be spending time. Maybe you have an opportunity that's presented to you here with the world, or you're getting something very fulfilling offered to you where you have the ability to engage in work that you love doing, work that brings you joy, work that is creative, which makes a lot of sense with Pisces, right? Like Pisces is a very creative, intuitive energy. So let's get some additional clarity, and then we'll take a look at your love and career messages. Group 3. So starting with month 1, what additional information can you provide, Spirit, about month 1 for group 3? Okay, choices, the triangle. Maybe there's a literal triangle here for some of you with that lovers. But yeah, this goes back to what I was saying before. Month 1, there is something that you're feeling indecisive about and maybe not feeling super empowered, to be able to make this choice. But I think all this, again, stems back to how it is that you want to be viewed publicly, right? And who do you want to associate yourself with and align yourself with publicly? So definite choices to be made here. Clarifying month 2, please, Spirit. Okay, hold on a second now. Clarifying month 2, please, Spirit. We have the moose, acceptance, and eccentric. Okay. I think sometimes, like what is really helpful in being able to like make change, especially when we're dealing with bad habits, toxic patterns, or situations that might not align with our values, it is about like accepting the things that we cannot control. Because sometimes obsessing over the things that we can't control just keeps us stuck, right? So if you guys are dealing with someone or you're in a situation that's a little unorthodox, or whatever your situation is that is difficult for you, the first step to making the change is to accept whatever the problem is, or to accept and release control of the things that you cannot control. I feel like that's really going to be the key to you guys being able to unlock the desired outcome that you're looking for in month 2. Okay. So let's take a look at month 3. And we have the dolphins, playfulness and cooperation. So beautiful. You guys could be having a little bit more fun in month 3, connecting with friends. Again, there's a lot of creative energy, and there's a very peaceful energy that I see here as well. Maybe some of you guys are spending time by the beach or near the water, because I'm noticing like water is very prominent in all of these cards. Pisces, the world, we see it here. The 9 of Cups, we see it here. So month 3 seems like a time where things are going to get lighter. And even like from a work perspective, again, you're doing things that you love doing. I do want to give a nod to this old man showing up here. So there could be an elderly masculine, either somebody who is currently with us, or maybe someone who's transitioned for some of you who is presenting himself here. Under that, we do have coins. So there could be like inheritance or money connected to this relative of yours. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for the general overview, group 3. Let's take a look at a love message, a career message, and then just a message of advice for you to close this reading out. So for love, we have vacation. You will be traveling soon. So I kind of feel like maybe this is happening in month 3 for some of you, because the world can sometimes indicate travel. And that would make sense as to why like we go from this more tense energy to just like relaxation. So maybe some of you guys are going to the beach. Maybe you're like going to see dolphins. Like there seems to be like an opportunity for more play in the works. For career, we have cultivation. You're in the growth phase now, and you must continue to water the seeds you've planted in order to reap the rewards. So I think the next 3 months is just going to be about you continuing to put in the work. And as the card says, water the metaphorical seeds that you have planted. So just keeping on, doing what you're doing to cultivate the results that you're looking for. Okay. So closing us out, group 3, if you can just provide us with some advice for my group 3 viewers as it pertains to the next 3 months. What do they need to know? What do they need to know the most? Good luck charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. That is so beautiful. Maybe that's what you guys need to do. Like, work in a spell, work in some sort of ritual. It's kind of talking about setting a different intention for yourself, right? Maybe aligning your intentions with spell work could be significant if we interpret this in the literal sense. The other thing that I feel though, like with the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes this can be like divinely orchestrated events that just kind of happen to us by fate. But it can also be a message, like the way I'm reading this message is about like kind of taking your destiny into your own hands, right? Like if there's something missing or if there's something that's not fulfilling to you, which I think is kind of the case for some of you guys, the next 3 months are about you owning your power to make things happen that you want to happen for yourself. It's like you're creating your own good fortune here. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers again. Will you or won't you? The choice is yours, right? So your ability to create what you desire is completely within your own hands. And so I feel like, especially in month 1 and 2, group number 3, there is an opportunity for you to work on getting out of your own way when it comes to doing the things that you want to do. It is interesting that we have the Lovers coming up twice in your reading, right? So there is some reflection that I think that needs to be done either on a relationship of significance or just relationships in general. But again, there's a choice or decision that needs to be made, especially in month 1, to do something, to not do something. It could be connected to your career, how you're perceived here, a relationship of significance. You have the power to make the choice that you need to make. And ultimately, I see you guys moving into a space where you're getting something that you want. You're getting your wish fulfilled in month 3. So comment below, group 3, and let me know what's been happening in your life and how you feel like this message may resonate with you. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view this reading, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.